Hi, kindergarten friends. It's time for today's interactive read aloud. This is the 5th book in our series of nursery rhyme books. Our story today is called This is the House That Jack Built. This is the House That Jack Built is a nursery rhyme, but it may not be one that you're familiar with. I think you're really going to enjoy hearing the story because it's silly and funny and it has a lot of illustrations and they're very bright and beautiful. I want you to take a minute and look at the front cover and tell someone near you some of the interesting things you see. Great job. I'm sure you could probably name more things because there are so many cool things in this picture. I want to point out this person right here. What is this person doing? It looks like he is building the roof. We can see a hammer in his hand and he's standing on a ladder. Do you know what this man's name is? From listening to the title, you may have figured out that his name is Jack. And this is the house that Jack built. Boys and girls, this book was illustrated by Pam Adams. Now, Pam Adams didn't write the words because it's a nursery rhyme, so it's been told down from generation to generation. So she did create all of the illustrations, though, in this book. I think you're really going to enjoy them. Let's look at the title page. This is the house that Jack built. The sign says furnished and decorated by Pam Adams. Isn't that funny? It's a silly way for her to say that she drew the pictures. She created the pictures in this silly story. And it says sold by Child's Play. Child's Play is the brand that sold the books. We see a man, a dog, and some interesting things sitting around him. What do you think these items are used for? We see bricks and wood. Yep, and that's probably cement in there. I bet these things are used for building a house. Good job. This is the rat. This is the house. This is the malt. Boys and girls, malt is grain. So there's grain inside there. This is the house that Jack built. This is the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. See the malt right here? This is the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. Here's Jack. Here's Jack's house, and we're looking at the inside of Jack's house. Notice when I turn the page, there's a hole in this page. That hole has a really cool purpose. Now we see the rat from the last page here. Who is this? It's the rat. This is the cat. This is the dog. This is the house. This is the malt. This is the cat that killed the rat, that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. Do you notice at the end of every page it says that lay in the house that Jack built? You see some things being repeated. Okay, so now we're going to turn the page and we see the hole where the dog is. This page didn't talk about the dog, but we see the dog. So we think maybe there's something coming up next with a dog. This is the house. This is the cow. Who is this? This is the dog. This is the cat. This is the rat. This is the malt. This is the dog that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt, that lay in the house that Jack built. Boys and girls, there's another animal on this page that we did not hear about. Can you tell which animal it is? Yes, it's the cow. We saw the cow here, but we didn't read about a cow yet. This is the rat. This is the dog. This is the house. This is the malt. This is the man. This is the maiden. A maiden is a girl. Who is this? It's the cow. Who is this? Yes, the cat. This is the cow with the crumpled horn. So do you see its horn? That tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt, that lay in the house that Jack built. We see two other characters here. Look at her face. How do you think she's feeling? Well, she does not look very happy, does she? She looks pretty sad. How about this man? How does he look? He looks happier. We see a smile on his face. Okay, got 3 holes there. This is the dog. This is the cat. This is the cow. This is the rat. This is the priest. A priest is a man who is the leader of a church. What is this? That's the house. This is the malt. Who is this? Do you remember? And do you know who this is? We're going to read about these new characters. This is the maiden, all forlorn, so she's so sad, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn. She milked this cow. That tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt, that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the man, all tattered and torn. So we see his clothes are all ripped up and old. That's what tattered and torn means. This is the man, all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden, all forlorn. That means she's sad. That milked the cow with the crumpled horn. That tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt, that lay in the house that Jack built. Good job. Who do you think he has flowers for? The maiden. Yep, that's a way to fill somebody's bucket. Okay, we have a lot of words here. This is the malt. This is the cat. This is the rat. This is the farmer. This is the house. This is the dog. This is the cow. This is the cock, which is a rooster. Who is this? This is the priest, all shaven and shorn. So he's all fresh shaven. That married the man, all tattered and torn. So did he marry him, or did he marry the man to the maiden? The priest married the man to the maiden. That kissed the maiden, all forlorn. That milked the cow with the crumpled horn. That tossed the dog. Who worried the cat. Who killed the rat. And ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cock that crowed in the morn. So what sound does a rooster make in the morning? Cock-a-doodle-doo is right. This is the cock that crowed in the morn, that woke the priest, all shaven and shorn, that married the man, there he is, all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt, that lay in the house that Jack built. Oh, we have a new character. This is the malt. This is the, cat. Who is this? Well, we'll find out. This is the cow. This is the maiden. Do you remember who this is? The priest. This is the Man, look at him. He looks much better than he did when he was tattered and torn. This is the rat. This is the dog. This is the house. Who is this? Yep, this was the cock or the rooster. This is the farmer sowing his corn that kept the cock that crowed in the morn, that woke the priest all shaven and shorn, that married the man all tattered and torn, that milked the cow, that kissed the maiden all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. Look at the picture here. You can see that the characters look a whole lot different than they did a few pages ago. Tell someone around you how the characters are looking different. Do you think that the man still looks tattered and torn? No. Does the maiden look forlorn? No, she looks happy and the man's clothing looks so much better. Why are they all so dressed up? They got married. That's right, the priest married them. See their fancy wedding cake. And everybody's in on the action with their fancy clothes. And there we see everybody at the wedding. You see the sign on the back? It says just married, and they're taking a ride. Okay, boys and girls, think about Jack's house. What kind of house does he build? Picture of the house. It's a big house, isn't it? And it's colorful. And it's bright. It has lots of floors also. What do the maiden and the man do at the end of the story? You're right, they get married. What did you notice about the cat and the dog? Did you notice throughout the book? Look at the cat and the dog. What's the dog always looking, or the cat looking after? Always looking after the mice, and the dog is looking after the cat. Yep, dogs chase cats and cats chase rats. How do you know that the maiden and the man are happy at the end of the story when they get married? Okay, we can look back and see. If you said they were happy because you could tell on their smiling faces, then you are correct. Right here, they look very happy. Why do you think the author and illustrator decided to put cutout holes in this book? The cutout holes make the book a little more fun, and they give you, the reader, a clue about what's coming up on the next page. What clue does the title give you about where the story will take place? So if the title is, "This is the house that Jack built," excuse me, "This is the house that Jack built," what does that tell you that the story is going to be about? It tells you that the story is going to be about Jack and his house. And we know that the story will probably take place in the house. And that's called the setting. Good job, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed this story, "This is the House That Jack Built" by Pam Adams. Have a great day.